And so you heard about this therapy where this guy selling this product, it's $80. It's copper, and you insert it into your nostril, into your nose, and not up into your brain. But I'm not familiar with the product, and it supposedly kills the bacteria. So I don't know much about that, but during the break, I quickly went and see what I could find. Well, sure enough, I found an article off of PubMed, published in the journal Applied and Environmental Microbiology. That's not a comic book. It's a legitimate journal. And talking about metallic copper as an antimicrobial surface. The use of copper by human civilizations goes back to the 5th and 6th millennia BC. They said in the article it was the first metal used, presumably because it could be found in a native metallic form which did not require smelting. The oldest recorded medicinal use of copper is mentioned in the Smith Papyrus, one of the oldest books known. This Egyptian medical text, they write, written between 2600 and 2200 BC, boy, that's an old book, describes the applications of copper to sterilize chest wounds and drinking water. The Greeks, the Romans, the Aztecs, and others also used copper or copper compounds for the treatment of such ailments as headaches, burns, intestinal worms, ear infections, and for hygiene, generally speaking. The things you learn. This is why you need to call the show. I learned from you. In the 19th century, Dr. Gross and his colleagues write, a new awareness of copper's medical potency was spawned by the observation that copper workers appeared to be immune to cholera in the 1832 and subsequent outbreaks in Paris, France. You can't make this stuff up.
Can you tell me something about using a copper pot?
I don't use copper pots. No.
Iron, right?
Stainless steel.
Stainless steel, okay.
The use of copper in medicine became widespread in the 19th and 20th centuries, and a variety of inorganic copper preparations were used to treat chronic dentitis, eczema, impetigo, scrofullosis, tubercular infections, lupus, syphilis, anemia, chorea, and facial neuralgia. My goodness. The use of copper as an antimicrobial agent continued until the advent of commercially available antibiotics in 1932. As you can tell, I'm quoting from this article here. The spread of antibiotic resistance through selective pressure became and today has made antibiotic-resistant bacteria ubiquitous in hospitals, nursing homes, and food processing plants and animal breeding facilities. This has raised the need for different approaches to keep pathogenic microorganisms at bay. One such alternative is the use of copper surfaces in hygiene-sensitive areas. Gary, look up cooking with copper pots. Thank you. While this approach is not novel, it has lost importance and acceptance in the last few decades. A 1983 report documenting the beneficial effects of using brass and bronze on doorknobs to prevent the spread of microbes in a hospital remained largely unnoticed. But my understanding now is that they do this. They have copper surfaces in these facilities, nursing homes and whatnot. Similarly, the writers say, the idea of using copper vessels to render water drinkable has been revived only very recently as a low-cost alternative for developing countries. So Roy is on to something here, it apparently seems. What did they say?
There is a comprehensive guide to cooking with copper pots, but there's the number one thing they say to cook with is cast iron.
Cast iron, I use stainless steel. I won't cook with copper. See if you
It
can.
says do not cook high heat copper.
Exactly. You shouldn't. I wouldn't. I recall I researched that a long time ago. The deleterious effects of cooking with copper pots. This business of copper, when the bacteria come in contact with the copper, that is called contact killing. Contact killing. In the study of antimicrobial properties of metallic copper surfaces is a relatively recent development and gained momentum, as I said, when the Environmental Protection Agency registered almost 300 different copper surfaces as antimicrobial in 2008. My goodness, the things you learn, right? I'll be candid with you. I didn't know much about this. I know a lot about a lot of things, a little about a lot of things, and know nothing about some things. Maybe a lot of things. And that's why I love it when you call. You notice I didn't dismiss it out of hand when Roy said that. You should never do that. You know, when somebody has they're reporting something that they did and they had some sort of effect, you shouldn't immediately jump to hocus pocus. And I admitted, I said, I don't know. I'll have to research it. I'll have to see. And I had 3 minutes of commercial break, and I found a review, a scholarly review on the use of copper as an antimicrobial killer called Contact Killing. You like that?
Don't be stressed out or anxious. Take Hempanol.
to Let's Talk Nutrition, this winter edition of LTN. And it is a winter edition, especially in the markets where the show airs with sub-zero temperatures in the teens and out of the teens, 20 below, 30 below. Wind chill in some places 16, 70 below. My goodness. So it is we are in some of those markets. And just please take the necessary precautions. Been talking about, we had Roy called at the top of the show. I've known Roy for years. He's a rational human being, trust me. And he's had all kinds of sinus infections and sinus issues for years and years and years. He's tried everything. And finally heard about this product where it's a copper-based product and you somehow get it up into your nose, and he couldn't afford it, so he made his own. He's very smart and ingenious. Took some copper, wrapped it in whatever he did, and put it inside his nose. And he said now this is the best he's been able to breathe in years. Well, how could that be? Well, it turns out that copper surfaces are an anathema to microbes. And I've been reporting from a review, I can't make it up, a review I found on metallic copper, pardon me, as an antimicrobial surface. And the ability of copper to kill the microbes is called contact killing. And in this article that's written by Gregor Gross and two of Gregor's colleagues, Dr. Gross's colleagues, they have a piece of a section in the article talking about contact killing in healthcare settings. And they say that touch surfaces commonly found in hospitals, such as door handles and touch plates, bed rails, call buttons, toilet seats, and the like, can be highly contaminated with microbes. It was shown that certain germs can persist on the surfaces for months in hospitals. Frequent and efficient cleaning combined with proper hand hygiene diminishes the transmission of the infections, but doesn't eliminate it appears the complete elimination of these microbes. So the patient and the staff are at risk. Stainless steel, if you notice when you've been in hospitals, is a metal predominantly used in healthcare environments. It's a clean looking surface. It cleans nicely and corrosion resistant, but it does not have any of these properties of killing microbes that copper does. In this article, they report on 2 studies that were done in hospitals. These were trials. These are actual studies. Now, you know me, show me the data. In both of, I'll give you the short version. In both of these studies, in hospital settings, the use of copper surfaces, toilet seats and whatnot, they found that there were less microbes on those surfaces than on the control settings where it was not copper. So there is even data, scientific data to support this. So I guess Roy should just continue to do what he's doing. He made his own little device. I guess he saw I have never seen, I don't know what device he's talking about, Gary. I haven't seen it. Did he mention?
No, I look for some different things. I'll see if I can find something to send to
I
you.
wonder what that thing looks like, the product that he didn't buy. Anyway, I shared that with you. I didn't know much about that, so now I know more than I did 20 minutes ago. Maybe you do too. 877-897-8255, 877-897-TALK. Well, Super Bowl's this Sunday, and Super Bowl celebrations are great occasions for people. We'll probably report on the kind of food and how much and whatnot is done for Super Bowl. But that being said, there are some precautions you need to take and some things you should keep in mind. For example, Super Bowl celebrations where you have what? A bunch of people in somebody's house, living room, in close quarters, high-fiving one another, hugging one another, kissing one another, drinking from each other's cups and glasses and whatnot. What does that set up? What do you think is going to happen? Well, what if somebody shows up and they're infected with a cold or flu virus? Turns out, cities with teams in the Super Bowl see a rise in flu deaths. Research has shown. I reported on this. This is out of Tulane University. The effects are greater when Super Bowl occurs close to the peak of flu season, which is right now, or when dominant influenza strain is more lethal, which is right now. You need to, I'm just saying. So, what should they take with them, Gary? Maybe some silver biotics?
Yeah.
Take some silver biotics.
Take it with me this weekend.
With you. And, the gel, and rub it on your hands. Rub it on your face. It's good for the face. It's good for the skin. And it lasts more than a few seconds, unlike alcohol wipes. The protective properties of the silver, biotic silver gel, will last for several hours. Get a tube, put it in your pocket or your purse, and take it with you, and put it on your hands. Good idea, right?
That's what I use.
877-897-8255, 877-897-TALK. What else can I tell you about the Super Bowl? University of Florida Health Science Center. Super Bowl could be hazardous to fans' health. It's fourth and long, 10 seconds on the clock. The anxiety is mounting, right? You're under stress. Epinephrine flows into the bloodstream. Your blood vessels constrict. Why? Because you're in a fight or flight state. The center snaps the ball, and what does that do? Your blood pressure, boom, goes up immediately, and you're under a lot of stress. These kinds of physiological responses to stress can exacerbate, make worse symptoms of heart disease and other conditions that a fan may not even know from which they're suffering, leading to an increased risk of heart attack or stroke. So said Dr. Seberg, a professor and chairman of emergency medicine at University of Florida College of Medicine. My God, you just showed up for a football game, you end up with a heart attack, for heaven's sake.
Want to get
I didn't plan on it, but I ended up talking about and sharing with you a little bit about metallic copper. Before I go further, just let me give you the question. It's just a true and false. You can guess, and you have even chance of getting it right, and then win a $25 supplement gift card. True or false? Copper contains antimicrobial properties such that it can kill microbes like bacteria that come in contact with it. Is that a true statement or a false statement? Copper has antimicrobial properties. Metallic copper has antimicrobial properties such that when microbes, pathogenic microorganisms come in contact with it, such as bacteria, the copper will kill it's contact killing, will kill the bacteria or bacterium. True or false? Here's the number to call to make contact. Please don't kill me.
877-897-8255. That's 877-897-TALK.
The copper button really called in a few people that called in off air, and one woman had mentioned that you can get colloidal. How do you pronounce that?
Colloidal silver, for example?
But it's copper.
Copper.
So it's a colloidal copper. You can purchase that. She said that they make their own. Had another gentleman call in that mentioned that he was aware of the product that Roy had mentioned before, and so a few off-air people called in and said, yeah, they're aware of the copper train. So I don't think we've ever mentioned or talked about it in the past, whatever umpteen years. So
14 years almost, yeah.
Yeah, Michael says he's in the pool business, and they use a copper when a pool is prone to algae and difficult to keep out. And then again, Renee asks, what is the best iron supplement to take?
Floradix. Listen to the commercial that I voiced and wrote by Floradix. That product is off the chain. It is terrific. It's a liquid. You can get it with the herbs, sold in fine health stores throughout the United States and in North America. Tell them, find it the manufacturer.
Yeah. Maria, Karen, David, Dr. Kreider, and Rufino all say hi.
Oh, Dr. Kreider, hello. I hope you're warm. I know you're up there in that cold country. And Rufino, I hope you're doing well. Thanks for calling in yesterday. And when Gary was out, and you filled in for him. Well, yeah, he called in. He did all right. I kept him on the air a little bit. He's good. It's good.
And that's all through Facebook. A lot of people don't realize this. They can send us messages as the videos are going, and we get to them because we're live with those videos. So
yeah. Today I was telling Gary, I said, my goodness, we covered report on a lot of stories. I try to pick, now I could do, and some days you'll see I'll just do little tutorials here and there when I'm on solo, whatever it might be aging successfully and using some therapy, nutritional therapy. I'll do a little tutorial. Today I spent the time reporting on stories and studies that involve health, wellness, and well-being in some respect that may contribute to your own improvement and advancement or achievement of better health and wellness and well-being. And sometimes I report on stories just because it's so peculiar. Let's go to Hatfield, Pennsylvania. Karen lives there. It's probably cold there today, I think. Right, Karen?
Yes, it is.
What's the temp?
I don't know. They're calling for like 16 below with the wind chill.
Oh, my land. You're not going out today, right?
Nope. I have to go out to feed a wildcat. That's about it. Then I'm in for the day.
So is it true that metallic copper has antimicrobial properties such that when bacteria, different strains of bacteria, for example, or some microorganisms come in contact with it, they will die? Is that true or false?
It is most definitely true.
Yeah. Surprisingly, and there's even studies now. That I asked Roy, I said, I haven't researched this, and I found quickly at least 2 studies done in hospitals where they use copper surfaces, and they found in these studies that the copper surfaces were less prone to bacterial or pathogenic invasion, if you will, and contamination. So it does work. Congratulations. You won a $25 supplement gift card.
Yay! Thank you.
Yeah, great. Thank you for listening. Where's Hatfield?
Between Lansdale and Souderton.
Okay. Up there near Philly. Do you go into the city much? You go into Philadelphia?
No, never.
Really? Really? I like Philadelphia.
No, I get scared. I'm a country girl.
Oh, you are? Well,
Yeah.
so one of my producers, he thinks he is a country boy. He thinks he's a
girl?
yeah. Well, no, he thinks he's a country boy. I keep telling him to move it.
I see it smart.
I keep telling him to move into the city, but he looks at me like I'm peculiar.
No, I like the wild out here. I like the trees and the wild animals.
Do you really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good for you. Stay safe, stay warm, and thank you for listening to the show, and congratulations on winning a $25 supplement gift card.
Thank you. Love you, Dr. Garko.
Well, thank you for saying that. I love you more. Thank you. I like that. That made my day. We enjoy being here with you. I hope you find, I learned something today. I didn't know too much about, I can't know everything. I used to have a colleague. I never heard the man ever say, I don't know. I often thought to myself, how can that be? Most of the time I keep saying, I don't know. And I think I'm, relatively educated and know a couple of things. And I find myself more often than not saying, and Gary will tell us, I'm not sure. I don't know. I have to look.
And then you go fight with the printer down the hall.
So, it's okay if you don't know. That's why I encourage you to call. That call from Roy today opened up a whole theme that I never planned on talking about. The metallic copper as an antimicrobial surface. Roy, keep us posted as to how you're doing with that homemade device that you're using to open up your sinus cavities and clear up that infection or whatever you have going on up there. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching wherever and however you may listen or watch the show today, coast to coast and globally. Please go to the Facebook page and like the page. Go to YouTube and
Subscribe to our page.
Subscribe to the page, and then you'll get an alert when I come on the air with Gary and the crew. We love being here with you. We love you, too. As Karen said to me, we love you back. Your health is your wealth, and your health is the wealth of those that care about and love you.
Everyone's raving about the newest botanical superstar hitting the store shelves